Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, I am going to explain about the tuple. In my previous video, I explained about the list. So, similarly, let's work with tuple also. Basically, what is tuple? Tuples are used to store multiple items in a single variable. So, to store the multiple items or the elements in the single variable. So, in the list also, we have learned the same thing, to store the multiple items or the elements in the single variable. So, the list and the tuple is similar, but representation is different. Remember, the representation is different, but the meaning is same. To store the some set of values or the list of values, we'll be using the list or the tuple, but the representation, how it will be using, the features and the properties are different, but the meaning is different. The meaning is same. So to store the multiple items, the list or the tuple to store the multiple items, but the working of the list and tuple is different. So let's see what is the difference between the list and the tuple in this video. Tuples are written with round brackets. So whereas the list will be represented in the form of a square brackets, and tuples are represented in the round brackets. I'll show you practically. Let it be this thing. This is a normal brackets. So the representation of this is tuple. So if we represent in this format, it is said to be a list. Understood? This is square brackets. If we represent in this normal format, then we can call it as a tuple. So let's see. Same how we'll be using in the list. We can use the same rules and the properties here also, but some changes, with some changes you can use. Okay, so as usually the tuple will be printed over here. Okay, this is the representation of tuple. Let's see what are the properties. Next, a tuple is the collection which is ordered. Means even the list is also ordered. So the order will not change. How the insertion order is there, the output will be also in the form of same insertion order. It will not change. The insertion order will not change in the list and the tuple also. Let's see. Look at here how the values are inserted. The output is also in that format only. See, 11, 33, 55, 77, 99. So the output is also in that format only. So the insertion order, it follows the insertion order. It may be the tuple or the list. Okay. And even the duplicates also, it can be allowed like this. So we can use the duplicate values also. Duplications are also allowed. In list also, duplications are allowed. Not only the integer, we can even use the string also. We can use the different data types. See, this is in the form of string. We can use the string type also, or the mixture of multiple data types in the single variable also we can use. Look at here. This is a mixture of data types like strings, boolean, and the integer. So we have a different types of data types included in the one variable. So this is also allowed. Okay. Even we can use a particular index value also. We can retrieve the particular value. See, if you want to get or retrieve the fifth index value, so the HTML, so the fifth index value is HTML. So we can use the index value also. Even we can use the negative indexing also. In this way, -3 means this 11. 11 is the -3. The index value of -3 is 11. At the same time, we can even use the slicing also. What the slicing? Start, colon, stop. So if you want to start at the second index and stop at the fifth index. So fifth index will not include till fourth index. I think you guys know. See, from second index it is starting and till the fourth index. Okay. In this also we can use and indexing and the slicing. Okay. Yes, we can use every property what we are using in the list in the tuple also. Then what is the difference between the list and the tuple? The major difference between the list and tuple is list is a mutable, where tuple is immutable. Means In the list, we can change, we can add or the remove the elements. But in the tuple, they are not allowed to add the elements or the remove the elements. So it's not changeable. It's immutable. We cannot change. It is fixed. Once we create the tuple, it is fixed. We cannot modify that thing. That is the difference between the list and tuple. You have to remember. This is a major difference. Look at here. We are trying to change the second index to 1, 2, 3. Initially, the second index value is 3, 4, 5, 6. And if we want to change the second index value to 1, 2, 3, it's not possible in tuple. So, if we use list, it is possible. Let's see this thing also. Yeah. Now it is possible. So, when we use in the tuple, the updation or modification, adding, removing is not possible. Okay, remember this. Here also we have some methods which we used in the list. Same. Let's try one by one. We can find the length of the data. So it's 10. So the number of items or the elements in this data is 10. So by using the length function, we can find the length of the values. We can even use the type to find the type of the data. So if we represent it in this normal brackets, that is known as tuple. If we represent in the square brackets, it is known as list. To find the type, we can use this type function. Yeah, one more method is tuple. So when we use this tuple, we have to use two parentheses. So in the list also, when we are using the list explicitly, we have to use the two parentheses. In the tuple also, similarly, we have to use the two parentheses. In this way also we can represent. Okay. Yes, output is coming without showing any type of an error. Okay. Yeah. Beforehand I said tuple is immutable, which we cannot change, we cannot modify or add the elements or the remove the elements. But if we want to add the particular item or the remove the particular item in the tuple, how to do? Let's see. Generally in tuple, it is not possible to add or the remove the item. But by converting tuple to the list, we can delete or update the particular item. How? Let's consider this is a tuple representation. So how to know this is a tuple representation? By seeing this parenthesis. Okay. Next, we are converting this tuple to the list format. So by using the list explicitly. So in this list, we are keeping this tuple sequence. Okay. And that thing we are storing in the y variable. Now, this is in the form of a list format because this thing is in the form of a list explicitly. So now we are considering this is in the form of a list. So in the list, we can add or the remove the elements. Okay, it is acceptable in the list, but it's not acceptable in the type tuple. So we are explicitly converting the tuple into the list. Now we can modify, and after modifying, again we can convert into the tuple. I think you got the approach. So now, whatever the changes we want to do, now here we can do. Yes, we want to replace the first index value with some kiwi. So now we can change the first index banana to the kiwi. Now let's convert this list into the tuple again, and we'll be try to print the tuple. So now we can change the tuple value. So in this way we have to do to remove or add the items in the tuple representations. First we have to convert into the list, then we can modify, again we can convert into the tuple. So this is the process to convert from to modify. Suppose if you want to append the value or if you want to remove the particular element, by using this approach you can use in the tuple. When you are using the tuple, if you want to change or modify any particular item, you have to first convert into the list. Remember, it's very important. Now, when we create a tuple, we normally assign value to it. It is called packing a tuple. Means this is known as a packing a tuple. Means this is a variable name and these are the values which will be assigned. Okay, these are the values for this variable. So this is known as the packing. So where we'll be normally assigning some values to the variable. Okay, now what is unpacking? So we are also allowed to extract the values back into the variables. Means this is the representation of unpacking, where here we use a variable where the values will be assigned to the particular variable. Now Look at this. What is the difference? We have, this is the variables, means the values which is assigned to the value. So we'll be extracting this value back to the variables. I think you got some clarity about the packing and unpacking. What is the difference? Both are opposite, not same. Packing and unpacking. Yeah, let's see practically what will be the output. Yeah. Now, see the output. Yeah. So what it is coming when we are trying to print the green. So what the green will be doing? The green will be assigned to the apple. Then yellow will be assigned to the banana. And the remaining one will be assigned to the red. Remaining values. So if we remove the star, what will be coming? Let's see. We are getting the error. Why we are getting the error? Actually, the green will be assigned to apple. Yellow will be assigned to banana. And we have remaining 3 items. But here we have only 1 variable. So it cannot assign to 3 variables. So we have to use here only the 3 variables. Okay. Now let's see. The output will be coming without showing any type of error. Yeah. So I think you got a clarity. Like green will be assigned to apple, yellow will be assigned to the banana, and red will be assigned to the cherry. So yeah. Here when we use the star. So if we use the star, it can have the multiple items. Means look at here, the green will be assigned to the apple and yellow will be assigned to the banana, and the remaining what are the elements are there will be assigned to the red. So if we use the star in the between here, means what will be the output? Guess. The green will be assigned to the apple and the end red will be assigned to the end item, which is raspberry, and the middle items which is there will be assigned to the yellow. Okay, let's see. Yes, the first will be assigned to the green, the last item will be assigned to the red, and the between elements will be assigned to the yellow. So okay, now let's try using the star for the first, which is green. What will be the output? Let's see. Yeah, means the last raspberry will be assigned to the red, and the strawberry will be assigned to the yellow, and the remaining starting values will be assigned to the green. I think you got the approach what it is happening inside this thing. Okay, we can even use the del keyword to delete the complete tuple, okay, which I explained in the list. If you see in the video of the list, you can understand. So if we use the del keyword, we can remove the entire tuple. Okay, it is also allowed in the tuple. We can even use the for loop also. So this is the tuple representation, and if you want to retrieve the each and particular element, so like suppose for x in this tuple, so the first apple will be coming, then printing, then banana, so each and every item will be coming. So in this way also we can use a for loop also. Okay, we can even try with this also. The for loop is acceptable in the tuple. Okay, to find the index value of each and every item. Sorry, here x, no, yeah, x value. Yeah, it is showing. Okay, so here the range of length means the length of this tuple representation is 3. So the range will be 3, means 0, 1, 2. Okay, the apple is 0th index, banana is first index, cherry is the second index. I think you got the clarity. Similarly, we can use for the while loop also. Okay, we'll get the error. See, we'll get, sorry, we'll not get any type of an error. We'll get output. See, so we can use for loop or while loop, will not get any type of an error. Okay, in the list also we can use for loop, while loop. Okay, in the tuple also we can use while loop and the for loop. Next, join two tuples. So in this also I explained, to join the two lists we'll be using the plus operator to join two particular list. In the tuple also we'll be using the plus operator to join two tuples. Okay, let's see. Yeah, by using this plus operator we can add on or concatenate these two tuples. Okay, this is the tuple 3. Okay, next topic is multiply tuple. So how this multiply tuple will be working, I'll show you. Suppose this is the code. Like in the fruits, we have apple, banana, cherry. And my tuple equals to fruits star 2 means this fruits will be printing 2 times, means into 2 multiplied to 2. Okay, see, it is printing 2 times. If we use 3, it is going to print 3 times. Okay, no need to waste the time. So into 3, into 4, into 5. So we can use how many times we want to repeat the tuple value. We can repeat by using the star. In list also it is allowed. We can use in the list and the tuple, this multiply. Okay. Next we have count and index. These are the two built-in methods in the tuple. How we can use this thing, I'll show you practically. Look at here, this is the tuple representation I will show. In the list also we can try. In the tuple also it is acceptable. So this is the tuple representation where I used apple 2 times and we want to count how many times the apple was printed. See, 2 times. Apple is printed 2 times. Not only the string values, we can use the integer values also. Like if you want to know how many times the 22 is printed, means how many times the 22 is used in this tuple. So 5 times. Okay. We can also use this index to retrieve the particular index value. So if you want to retrieve the 5th index value, we can retrieve. Yeah, 2. This is 0, 1, 2. So the second index place, the 5 is stored. So we can retrieve the index value where the particular value is stored. So 5 is stored at the second index value. This is the 2. At the second index, the 5 value is there. Okay, the second index is 5. Okay, in this way also we can use the index and the count. These are the two built-in methods which we can use in the tuple. Yeah, this is about the tuple. I think you guys understood about the tuple. Still you have any doubts, be free to mention in the comment section. I will be definitely solve your doubts. And as of now, thanks for watching. Let's meet in next video.